After dethroning the #1 team in the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Firebirds are back at home today facing the Brewster Whitecaps. Dylan Pescatore and Ian Nicholas here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
But now a fresh start at South Alabama.
2-2, called strike 3. A really good first from Carson Swilling, including 2 strikeouts, 1 forward, 1 backward in terms of the K's in the book. Let's go to the second, still scoreless between the Caps and the Birds.
Going through the order twice, 3 times a night, you have to have a little something different every time.
The 1-2, called strike 3. Second strikeout of the night as he gets Sebring caught looking here in the third. Let's go. Bottom 3, still scoreless. One of Joe Oyama's patented Little League home runs. Tuft goes. Oyama, hit and run into left center field. Tuft is going to round second and head to third. A perfect hit and run for the Birds with 1 out. Leaves them with runners on the corners here in the third. Rubin, who's been as clutch as it can get for the Firebirds. A single to the left side, picked up by the third baseman for second, on to first, not in time. A fielder's choice for Rubin, drives in the run. Tough scores to put the Firebirds on the board. Rubin collects an RBI, and Oyama's forced out at second. Went right back up the middle. The 1-0 is cranked to left. Back at the wall is Micheletti. It's gone. A home run for Brock Tibbetts to tie us up here in the fourth. His first home run of the summer. It's undefeated. 0-1 on the ground to third. Let's see if they can turn it. Penny to Oyama on to first. Double play. 5-4-3 for the Birds as they let up 1, but no more come across for the Whitecaps. We're tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. 2 on for the Birds with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. The 0-1 is on the ground to second. Peyton Green to second for 1. On to first. They got them both. A 4-6-3 DP for Brewster. They get out of 2 on with nobody out. As the Birds were set up, they can't come through.
Clark trying to get out of the jam. The payoff. Gets it done! Low and away, and a big swing from Michael Robertson. Clark makes up for his own error, keeps things tied at 5 with strikeout number 3 on the night. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th on the Birds Broadcast Network. Changeup that he throws to batters from both sides of the box. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout. Derek Clark and Carson Swilling have been dominating this ball game. A pitcher's duel, which has it tied at 1 after 5. Does the offense come alive? Does Derek Clark come back to the mound when we return in the top of the 6th? You'll have to tune in to find out on the Birds Broadcast Network. You know, we're taking shots at the Pescatore family tonight. First It was your dad. Now it's you.
Who's next?
Hard hit ground ball to Jack Penny. He bobbles it, throws to first in time. Jack Penny, so sensational defensively. Brock Tibbetts retired, and it's a 1-2-3 frame for Derek Clark. 6 innings of 1-run baseball from the West Virginia commit. It stays tied at 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th on the Birds Broadcast Network. Trying to get out of a jam with 1 out and 2 on. On the ground, backhanded, and dropped at third by Diaz. He has to eat it. That's a tough play to make, and the bases are loaded. In his start against the Birds on the 11th. The 2-0. Swung on, chopped, right to his shortstop Sebring. Trying to turn the double play, doing the splits, they can't. And a run comes across the boards for Orleans. Justin Rubin scores. Brewster unable to turn the double play as Eddie Micheletti forced out at second. But reaching on the fielder's choice is Drew Furrow at first, and that is why you put the ball in play. That pitch gets a swing and miss from Turner, who goes down with a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks of a swinging variety for Derek Clark. It's 6 for him in 6 2/3 innings pitched. Well, we've got Brendan on.
We got Margaret on.
Yes, our photographer. Line drive, left field. Jack Penny delivers. Colin Tuft scores. Misplayed in left. Rubin slides in, and he is out at third. But Orleans extends the lead. 3-1 Birds. An RBI single roped in the left by Jack Penny to give Orleans some insurance, but the inning ends right there. The reason why Shevchuk compared him to Zach Neto, who became the first member of the 2022 MLB draft class to make the major leagues because of his offensive approach. Does not help him there. Sean Matson. He does it against anybody. I don't know who you could compare him to. The ERA stays perfect. 1-2-3 for the Philadelphia native. Keeps it 3-1 Orleans as we go to the bottom of the 8th on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Ian, this is where my brain goes just because I'm crazy and know what happened in almost every game this year.
Oh, no.
This brings me back to opening night against Hyannis. Drew Farreau had an insurance single off the end of the bat over at McKeon Park, which pushed the game from 3-1 to 4-1. Where are we right now? 3-1.
Line drive, left field, down for a hit. Dylan knows what's going on. Jake Casey trying to trot on his way home. He's in there standing up. 4-1 Orleans. Drew Farreau delivered on opening night. Drew Farreau delivers here tonight against Brewster. Lysak's payoff. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the inning for Lysak, who begins the inning with the strikeout, ends the inning with a K. But in between, a hit by pitch of Eddie Micheletti and a run-scoring single for Drew Farreau. Orleans trying to get to over 500 for the first time in 34 days. A 4-1 lead in the top of the 9th. And Sean Matson on the mound. You've got to feel good, and you've got to stick around. Tibbetts has been great tonight. Singled in the first. Had his first home run of the summer in the 4th. To bring aboard the only run of the game for Brewster. He grounded out his last time up. And he strikes out here. The curve. He looks at it and goes down looking. 3 straight strikeouts for Sean Matson. 5 up, 5 down against the Harvard Crimson. Tibbs off second after he singled a ball and a strike to Jones. This one is launched to left field. Moving towards his right. Making the catch at the wall. Jake Casey says good night. Orleans above 500 for the first time in over a month. And you can see it on his face. It feels sweet. 5-0 on the year against Brewster. That's got to feel sweeter. A 4-1 win at home. The Birds, their 15th win on the summer.